When we first saw the Ice King, we thought he was a madman. At first glance, a lonely king who sings nonsense songs and kidnaps princesses. But what if Ice King isn't really evil? What if it's all the result of his mind slowly melting? Today, we're going to delve into the dark truth behind one of the most tragic characters in cartoon history, the Ice King. And we're going to talk about how he may be one of the most poignant representations of the animated world. If you're ready, here we go. In the first season, Ice King appears as a classic evil cartoon character. But there's a difference. His evil is born out of chaos, not darkness. He kidnaps princesses. He is alone. He speaks differently. At first glance, it's just ridiculous. But for those who look closely, something is strange. Why is he so lonely? Why doesn't anyone want to talk to him? And why does he always seem to forget things? The answer to these questions we learn years later. The Ice King was actually once a man named Simon Petrikov. He was an intelligent, kind, knowledgeable historian. He was interested in antiquities, and like anyone interested in history, he cherished the past. Until one day, he found a cursed crown. What happened when he put it on was not physical, but mental. His ability to remember was impaired. His fears grew. And Simon slowly stopped being Simon. This is where we pause and ask the question. When a man forgets himself, who does he become? After wearing the crown, Simon slowly begins to lose control. Not only his behavior changes, but his memories are erased. Over time, he forgets who he is, what he likes, what he loves, everything. This process is similar to the early stages of Alzheimer's disease. Short-term memory impairment, personality changes, senseless and uncontrolled behavior towards loved ones. Simon is no longer Simon. But somewhere inside him there is still someone who reminds him of who he once was. During this difficult time, the person Simon cares about most in life steps in, Marceline. As a young child after the Mushroom War, Simon protected her and became a father figure. But years later, Simon started to forget her too. The episode, I Remember You, is an emotional devastation for us, the viewers at this point. Simon, aka Ice King, was trying to get closer to Marceline, but he couldn't even remember why he loved her. He remembered the lyrics of a song they wrote together, but he didn't know what it meant. This is exactly how Alzheimer's works. A memory, a word, a voice echoes in the mind, but he doesn't understand who said it, why they said it, how it made him feel, because that information is no longer there. Most of what the Ice King does is a cry for help. Even his princess-kidnapping is a childish attempt at social bonding, but his behavior has become so strange that no one wants to have a real connection with him anymore. His loneliness is not a cartoon cliché, but a mental illness. The power of the crown, like Alzheimer's, has slowly and sharply swallowed him. His mind is shattered, his memory is disorganized, and there is still a small part of him, somewhere, trying to remain Simon. But every day that part gets smaller and smaller, diminishing and, worst of all, becoming full. Imagine, you cannot remember your favorite person. You don't know your past, who you are, why you are alone, and no one trusts you or helps you. Do you think this makes a character evil or broken? Ice King is perhaps one of the most tragic figures in the history of cartoons, because he was once a good guy, who lost his mind and started to disappear. This makes it not only interesting, but painfully real and human. What makes the Ice King's tragedy even deeper is that he still carries human remains. In some episodes, Simon's repressed memories seem to come out. Looking at a music box, reading a letter, or hearing Marceline's voice. But those moments are not only emotional, but also frightening, because the mind begins to collapse from within. And this collapse happens not with a magic crown, but in the real world, with diseases like Alzheimer's. There is magic in the world of the Ice King, but the disappearance is just as painful. The Ice King's tragedy is not limited to himself. The crown that caused him this pain also has a dark past. In the Adventure Time universe, the creator of the crown is an ice wizard named Gunther. Interestingly, this is the same name as the cute penguin in the show. The crown's main purpose is to protect the wearer and grant eternal life, but the price is too high for Simon to pay. So, in this story, not just one man, but a whole system of magic has contributed to a terrible downfall. This detail makes the story deeper. Simon is not a bad person, but he is a victim of bad systems. In the Adventure Time universe, Simon's most devastating moment is the scene where he forgets his own name. What is left when you forget your name? Only voices, only normal reactions. But a name is the carrier of a past. When Ice King has no answer to the question, "Who was I?" we realize that he is no longer Simon at all. But the sad thing is, he was still trying to be Simon somewhere. With a notebook, a song, an object, but he failed every time. The creators of the series, especially Pendleton Ward, wanted to directly reflect the effects of mental illness when creating the character of the Ice King. So this character is not just a fictitious, mad king. He is a reflection of forgotten, isolated people in the real world. In some episodes, Simon's behavior even evokes symptoms of dementia or bipolar disorder. This detail also shows how adult the cartoon is. So Ice King is not just a funny character written for children, is a tragic depiction of an emotionally broken mind. After this video, when you watch Ice King, you will no longer see him as just funny and ridiculous. Maybe he wasn't just ridiculous. He was a broken soul. He was not a bad man. He was a forgotten man. And it is this forgetfulness that is his tragedy. A man is lost not only when he dies, but also when he is forgotten. Ice King is both forgotten and forgot himself. And this is one of the most tragic screams left in the history of cartoons. So what do you think? Was Ice King really evil, or is he just a lost person? Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you want to see more of this kind of character analysis, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. See you in the next video. I am Lauren.